Alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. So in this presentation we are going to see how to determine the time at which the photograph was taken, and also how to determine the season from which the photograph was taken. So let us begin with determination of time. That time at which the photo was taken, it is very hard to determine the time, but we normally generalize the time to morning, evening, night, afternoon, or noon. So we cannot specify that it is 9 a.m., it is 3 p.m., it is 4 a.m. It is very hard to specify. So we normally generalize it to morning, noon, afternoon, or evening. So there are different factors we normally consider. There are normally three things we look at, three factors we consider to determine the time. And the first one is what we call the shadow of the object. We can look at the shadow of the object. We have brightness of the image, and last one is what we call human activities, as we are going to see them. Factor number one, the shadow of the object. That we look at the shadow of the object in the photograph. We look at the shadows. For example, if it is in the morning, the shadow in the morning, the shadow is long and lies west of the object. So the shadow will be in the west of the object, and it will be long because the sun will be in the east. Maybe if we have we draw our diagram here, we join this diagram. So we have the object there, which is the tree. So we have the object, the tree there. Then we have the sun. So now the sun, it is in the east. So automatically the shadow will be in the west of the object. So that is the shadow there. So if you see the shadow is long. It is almost with the same height with the tree, or even longer than the tree. So now that is in the morning. Then as we go to evening, in the evening it will be the opposite. So the sun will cross and come to west, which means that the shadow will be in the east. So as you can see in the diagram there, the shadow, it is of that side, it is long and also lies in the east of the object. And then another one, we have what we call afternoon. So the afternoon there, the difference between afternoon and evening, you can see it. The sun, it is at a very low angle there, and the shadow is very short compared to that one of evening. So that is afternoon. And then the last one is what we call the noon. So during the noon, the sun will be overhead. It will be over the objects at a right angle. So the shadow will be short and around the object, as you can see it there, because the sun, it is overhead. So the shadow will be just around the object. And then we have another is what we call brightness of the image. So brightness of the image, if you look at the image's brightness, you can know and determine the type of the time from which the photograph was taken. For example, more bright images, if the image is too bright, it means that it is normally afternoon. Then less bright may indicate evening, and normally dark images automatically reflect night time. For example, in our example there, if you see that a photograph there, I think we can agree that according to the brightness of the image, the time at which the photo was taken is afternoon. And also we have another photograph, also we can think of it. And then last one, we have what we call observation of human activities. We can look at human activities. There are different activities which are done at a particular time. For example, planting and sowing in agricultural activities is done in the morning, and normally harvesting is usually done in evening. So we can look at the different activities, because there are some activities which are done at a particular time. For example, we have that photograph there where we can see those farmers, they are trying to weed the crops, and which activity is normally done in the morning. So thank you.